One of the advantages of Google Forms is that it can make a great quiz. And there are a couple ways to do that. Here I have a form that I have already filled out. It's got my questions and everything's ready to go, but I want to make it a quiz. In order to do that, I come up to Settings and I come over to Quizzes, and I want to make this a quiz. The first thing it asks is if you want to turn on locked mode on Chromebooks. If you are planning to have your students take this quiz at school on their Chromebooks, then it's a good idea to turn this on. That way students cannot leave the quiz and go out and find the answers online and then come back, especially if you're looking this is a formative or a summative assessment. But if the students might need to do it at home or on their computers, or if it's just to just get basic information and you don't necessarily need it locked, then you can turn it off. For our point today, we're going to turn it off. You can release the grade either immediately after submission, or if you want to review it, you can do it later after manual review. For today, we're going to do it immediately after each submission. And you can press what you want the students to be able to see. Do they want to see the questions they missed? Do they want to see the correct answers? Do we want them to see the point values? And all of this depends on what you want them to be able to share with their classmates. If you have students in first hour taking the quiz, if they get the answers right away, they'll be able to tell the 7th hour students the right answers. But if that doesn't matter, like for the point of this quiz, it doesn't matter. I'm going to show everything so that you can see what that looks like. Right, then you save. Now, once I have come out and saved it as a quiz, you'll notice I have a point total up at the top now. I also have for each question an answer key. In order to put your answers in, you have to click on the answer key and tell it how many points this problem is going to be worth. I'm going to have it be worth 1. And you have to put in the correct answer. So who is this guy? Well, that is Goofy. Okay. Then you can give feedback. You can tell what the incorrect answers, if you want to tell something, like if they got the answer wrong when they see the answer at the end, you can give them feedback on that. Or if they want to see, or if they have the correct answer, you can give feedback regarding their correct answer. Sometimes teachers just like to put in incorrect answers. They might put, good try. Some give a YouTube video where they can actually find the answer so they know it for next time. Some give a link to maybe an assignment or an article that they can look to find the answer. For correct answer, you can always say, hey, awesome work, or great job. Some teachers don't do this. It just depends on how detailed you want to get and what you want to include in your quiz. And for some things, it just depends. Click Save. So that's what it'll say once they get their answers. Now I'm going to edit this question's answer key. So you have to click on it to get it to go into the answer key. Now, who is Mickey Mouse's pet? Well, obviously that's Pluto. I'm going to make it worth 1 point. And now that I've shown you answer feedback, I'm not going to include that in there. Right, for this question is a little bit different because it's a short answer question. For a short answer question, you have to type in a correct answer. So the answer to this one is Aladdin. Notice it gives a chance for another correct answer. There's a couple reasons why you might want this. Maybe there's different spellings for things. Maybe there are several different answers. A big one is that Google Forms are case dependent. So if I type in Aladdin like this, I would have gotten the answer wrong. But I want to know that my students got it right. They have the right answer, it's just the wrong case. So I put in capitalized Aladdin, lowercase Aladdin. I'm going to mark all other answers incorrect and make it worth 1 point. Now this last one is a drop down. So you just have to choose the correct answer just like you did for the other one. Which princess is Sleeping Beauty? That would be Aurora. Okay, your answer key, Aurora. And we're going to make it worth 1 point. All right. Now the last thing you want to look at as you're going through is you want to decide which ones of these questions are mandatory. Normally in quizzes, all of them are going to be mandatory. So let's go through, and if you go back to edit the question, you can make it required right down here. And same thing for this one. We're going to make them all required. And edit question, required. Edit question, required. Okay, so then they'll have to answer every single question. Now, let's see what it looks like. See if there's anything we need to change. To do that, you go to preview by clicking this little eye there. And it'll let you see it in the student's perspective. So let's take it. Who is this? Well, that's Goofy. Who is Mickey Mouse's pet? Pluto. What movie is Princess Jasmine in? Aladdin. And which princess is in Sleeping Beauty? In this case, I'm just going to say Cinderella so you can see what a wrong answer looks like. Then you say view score. And it tells me I got 3 out of 4 right, which is good. And so see, this is where the feedback comes in. Because I put in that feedback, it came up with awesome work because I got the right answer. Right, and it tells me which one I got wrong and what the correct answer is. Now remember, you can tell it to don't give the correct answer or don't even show responses at the end. Don't even show what they got right or wrong. So it all depends on what you want to do with this particular quiz. Now, the other way to make a quiz is to go into actually Google Forms site itself. You do that by going to Google Forms. And then if you know you want to start a quiz from scratch, in here, there's one that lets you do that. So instead of just picking a blank form, we're going to pick a blank quiz. And what that does then is it sets up those settings so it's already set up like a quiz. Like when we went in with the other one, we went up to settings and we went to quiz and we turned it on. You don't have to do that. All of that is already set up. But what you do have to do is if you want it turned on lock mode and change any of the other things, you do have to go into your settings and make sure you adjust them. But otherwise, it's set up to be a quiz from the start. So that is how you can make a quiz out of a Google form.